What's going on, guys? It's Coach Adams here with Throws Revolution, and welcome to my page. Now, the biggest goal of this page is to bridge the gap between the high-level elite professional throwers and people who are just discovering throws or have no idea about the throws. To accomplish this goal, we're going to be attacking it in various different ways, such as interviews, education, lifestyle, tours, you name it, we're going to do it. Today, to keep it simple, we're going to go over all the throwing events. The first event that we'll go over is the discus. The discus takes place in an 8-foot ring or 2.5 meters and is considered a long throwing event. The majority of the throws are taking place with the rotational technique, but I have seen other ways. Now, there are different kinds of discus and also different kinds of weights. What level you are at is going to determine which weight you should be throwing. For example, in middle school, if you're a boy, you are going to be throwing the 1 kilogram discus. If you're a girl, you're going to be throwing the 0.8 kilogram discus. If you're a boy in high school, you're going to be throwing the 1.6 kilogram discus. If you're a girl in high school, you are going to be throwing the 1 kilogram discus. On the collegiate side, if you're a male, you're going to be throwing the 2 kilogram discus, which I'm holding right now. And if you're a girl, you're still going to be throwing the 1 kilogram discus. Even on the professional level, you are still throwing the same weights as you threw in college. Now, the next event that we'll be going over is the shot put. The shot put is not considered a long throwing event. However, it is very popular among the public. The shot put also takes place in a 7-foot ring, so you have a little bit less room for error as if you would for the discus. At the middle school level, if you're a boy, you're going to be throwing the 8-pound ball. If you're a girl, you're going to be throwing the 6-pound ball. If you're in high school, you're going to be throwing the 12-pound ball if you're a boy and an 8-pound ball if you're a girl. In college, you're going to be throwing the 16-pound ball if you're a male, and if you're a female, you're going to be throwing the 8-pound ball again. Now, for middle school throwers, you're typically not going to be throwing this event, but in high school and collegiate and post-collegiate, the numbers do change. If you are in high school and you're a boy, you're going to be throwing the 12-pound ball. If you're a girl, you're going to be throwing the 8-pound ball. In college, if you are throwing the hammer in college and you're a male, you're going to be throwing the 16-pound ball. If you're a woman or a professional woman, you're going to be throwing the 4 kilogram or 8.8-pound hammer. The next event that we'll be covering is the javelin. Now, the javelin is considered a longer throwing event and has a lot less of a variation between weights for different levels. For example, in middle school and lower, you're probably going to be throwing a turbo javelin, which is a kind of foam-ish material. If you're in high school, you're going to be throwing the 600 gram if you're a girl. If you are a boy, you're going to be throwing the 800 gram javelin. Same thing for collegiate and post-collegiate athletes as well. And that will conclude our video for all of the throwing events. Now, this was a basic overview of everything that I can give you in a short amount of time. However, be on the lookout for more videos in the future. Again, I'm Coach Adams with Throws Revolution, and I'll see you on the next one.